And Sweden, the narrative on this team, like I believe that there's a lot there. And then they did play Canada in a pre-tournament game the other night. They won. That was Canada's essentially their final roster, and they beat them. And I thought that Sweden at times, had a bit more fluidity to their game than Canada did, which, is going to happen at this stage, especially when Sweden's played a bit more together. But loaded forward group, the constant narrative, the storyline every year is, can Sweden win a game that matters? And they've won a few semifinals. They've gotten to some gold medal games, but they can't get over the hump. Really only two gold medals ever. And one, it's been some years now. And you think back now, 2 years ago, USA beats them in their own building, in one of the greatest atmospheres we've had at the World Juniors, and silence that crowd. How motivated is this Swedish team to get a little payback for those guys? None of those guys were part of this at that time. Now they have a chance to maybe send a message.
Wouldn't that be fun if we saw a rematch in the finals of that Gothenburg one, and then it could be the Swedes' turn to silence, to blow the kiss? Maybe who's blowing the kiss on this team? I'm not sure I see a Swede with that type of personality of a Ryan Leonard that's going to be blowing kisses, but maybe they'll surprise us. Like you said, up front, they're loaded. We've talked about Ivar Stenberg, Anton Frondell, Victor Eklund, Viggo Bjork, but they got Eddie Genberg, who hits like a truck and is also putting up good points in the SHL. They have these depth players as well down their lineup that are going to be able to contribute. Like, they have waves of offense, they have size, they have skill. The blue line, I think, it's going to have to be by committee. And that's on both sides of the coin, like offensively generating and defensive stopping. It's going to, I imagine we're going to see fairly spread even ice times, at least among the top 4 or 5. And then can you get good goaltending? And through 2 tournament games against Canada, excellent goaltending. So if they can, if both Liv and Luve can bring that, then I think that the Swedes are in an excellent position here to potentially get themselves back to the gold medal game. Just by the way I've kind of drawn it up here, I think they win Group A over the Americans, which means they get to face probably Latvia, on the other side of the coin in the quarterfinals. And then they've got, we'll see, probably the Czechs in the semi. So it's like their path shouldn't be too difficult as long as they win Group A. They can avoid playing Canada in the semifinals. So it'll be interesting though, because you're right. It's the knock against them forever. They won a million games in round robin play, but they just can't get over the hump on a regular basis. And I don't know if this team can do it, but they certainly have the scoring and the firepower to do it.